today's video, we'll be looking into 10 of the least visited countries of the world. With over-tourism becoming a global issue for many countries in recent years, with places like Boracay in the Philippines needing to temporarily shut down to deal with an overwhelming amount of tourists, perhaps one of the solutions would be making an effort to visit some of the lesser-known countries of the world. With this in mind, welcome back to FTD Facts. I'm Sarah Carvalho, and I'm excited to chat about 10 of the world's least visited countries based on the 2020 report from the World Tourism Organization. So let's get right into it. Starting off at number 10, we have São Tomé and Príncipe, with about 8,000 visitors. The African island nation of São Tomé and Príncipe remains one of the least visited countries in the world. The island's sugar-based economy gave way to coffee and cocoa in the 19th century. Together, the islands comprise the second smallest African country after Seychelles, and at 225 kilometers off the northwestern coast of Gabon, they are seldom visited because of their relative remoteness. Up at number 9, we have a country called Niue with just under 8,000 visitors. The tiny, very rocky island nation is situated in the middle of the South Pacific. At only 260 square kilometers large and with around 1,000 inhabitants, Niue is also one of the smallest countries in the world. Surrounded by protective reefs and presided over by a sunny tropical island, Niue has one very unique trait: high levels of natural radioactivity in the soil. But don't worry, no negative effects have been reported. Making it in 8th place, we have Libya with about 6,250 visitors. Though the 17th largest nation in the world, Libya has more than its fair share of problems. Civil war has plagued the nation, and clashes are frequent throughout the country, with attacks affecting even hotels hosting tourists. 90% of the land is also covered by extremely dry desert with harsh climates. In fact, it's only in the northern regions of the country on the Mediterranean Sea that they enjoy a milder climate. But those tourists that dare to brave the environmental and political conditions will be rewarded with amazing historical heritage and views. In 7th place, we have Marshall Islands with about 6,000 visitors. The Marshall Islands comprises 29 coral atolls with over 1,000 islands and islets just north of the equator. Situated about halfway between Hawaii and Australia, residents rely heavily on fishing. In fact, in 2011, the government actually reserved an area of nearly 2 million square kilometers as a shark sanctuary, establishing the largest one in the world. The country is especially friendly to Americans as the US dollar is the national currency. Now, interestingly, it was the site of the largest US nuclear weapons test in history, with fallout continuing to impact the nation. Though radioactivity isn't the nation's only worry, as it is considered the most endangered country in the world due to flooding and climate change. So if you're going to visit, you might want to do it soon. Up at number 6, we have Equatorial Guinea with 5,700 visitors. Divided into a mainland and 5 volcanic islands, the African nation of Equatorial Guinea is hugely unknown, mainly because of the political issues that have plagued the country for centuries. Despite the huge oil wealth, very little of the wealth has trickled down to the poverty-stricken people. However, Equatorial Guinea offers a rare opportunity to experience Spanish colonial history and beauty. Natural wonders are the biggest draw to the nation, with outstanding volcanic views, seaside sand stretches, and an unspoiled jungle environment. Animal lovers are in luck as the rainforest is home to numerous endangered primates, and the beaches host nesting sea turtles. All right, and halfway in our list today, we have South Sudan with 5,000 500 visitors. Having recently split from Sudan, South Sudan is one of the newest countries in the world. Because of a diverse population, including Muslims, Christians, and animists, and equally diverse geography, South Sudan has been afflicted by civil war for more than 40 years. Even with tumultuous politics and a potentially dangerous atmosphere, Sudanese hospitality remains second to none, and those who venture into this country often report it as one of their favorites. With a rich and ancient cultural history, South Sudan has delicious cuisine as well, including Turkish, Egyptian, and Ethiopian influences, as well as many interesting sites to visit. In fourth place, we have Kiribati with 4,000 visitors. Comprising of 33 islands, Kiribati is an extremely geographically isolated country with a total land area of 800 square kilometers spread over 3.5 million square kilometers of ocean. This is a prime destination for divers and bird watchers, especially on Christmas Island, as millions of birds head there each year. Interestingly, Kiribati is the only country in the world to fall into all four hemispheres, straddling the equator and extending into the eastern and western hemispheres. It was also the first country to see the dawn of the third millennium on the 1st of January 2000. And in third place, we have Tuvalu with 2,000 visitors. The tiny nation of Tuvalu is spread across 9 islands with a total area of just 26 square kilometers. The secluded islands lie north of Fiji, halfway between Hawaii and Australia. To get there, you'll have to catch a propeller plane from Fiji Airways that flies only twice a week. Featuring a vast diversity of marine life, Tuvalu is the ultimate diving and snorkeling vacation. There are 9 different coral atolls, numerous coral reefs, lagoons, and small islands to spend days or even weeks exploring. Once you're ready for the dry land experience, you can enjoy a distinct, friendly, and protected Polynesian culture with unique arts, crafts, music, dance, and stories. And at number 2, second place, we have Somalia with about 1,000 visitors. Numerous travel warnings are in effect for Somalia due to armed conflict, but before the civil wars began in the early 1990s, Somalia was extremely welcoming to tourists. The country is especially notable for its waterfalls, mountain ranges, and national parks. The wild areas are home to a vast number of interesting wildlife. This includes lions, cheetahs, spotted hyenas, leopards, onyx, and ostrich. Additionally, the country has the longest coastline of any of the African continent and possesses innumerable beaches. And in first place, the country with the least visitors is Nauru with less than 1,000 visitors. Plunked in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, this tiny island nation covers less than 21 square kilometers and is home to less than 10,000 inhabitants. Only one airline serves this country with an old Boeing 737, and tourist infrastructure like hotels and restaurants are very minimal. Freight deliveries are rare and employment is even scarcer. Healthcare is basic at best. In spite of its present economic gloom, the island still offers glimpses of its former glory, with turbulent surfs surrounding the coastline and seabirds swooping over the green island cliffs. For World War II buffs, there are also remnants of Japanese occupation scattered around the island. The enormous skeletal remains of mining infrastructure are also truly remarkable to see. All right, friends, this brings us to the end of our video on the 10 least visited countries of the world. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed putting it together for you. It's always cool to learn about travel in relation to specific countries around the world. So what do you think? Were you surprised by the countries that made it onto today's list? Join in the conversation below and let me know your thoughts. And we'll catch you right here next time for more facts. Bye!